would your life be like if you took off work for 4 weeks every year? Imagine the memories your family would make, the positive changes might have in your relationship with your spouse and kids, and the peace you might feel deep in your soul. When you make regular time off work a priority, you often avoid burnout too. But the reality is, pastors like you don't take enough time off work, and it's causing real problems in your personal life. One of the main excuses I hear is, my church schedule's full and there's no space in the calendar for me to take any time off. But being away throughout the year is both necessary and possible. If taking regular time off is not a habit for you, then it should be. Let's talk about how you can make this a reality. Find the full transcript for this episode and more resources for pastors at pastoringfromwholeness.com/7. You are listening to Pastoring from Wholeness with your host, Reese Long, helping pastors like you address burnout, make family and self-care sacred, and manage time so you can lead from a place of wholeness. Hey, pastors. My husband Travis and I, we used to take very little vacations. It wasn't because we didn't want to, or we didn't have the money. We just never seemed to have the time. Our calendar was always too full to take a whole week off to go anywhere. Now, I'm not a fan of New Year's resolutions or starting new things in January. The calendar is about the only new thing I start at the beginning of the year. But one year, when we were putting birthdays and anniversaries on our calendar, we decided to also add our time off work before anything else could take up that space. And this was a game changer. Now, we do this every year. When other important dates are being decided, they go around our pre-planned time off. We no longer have years where we miss our vacations because our calendar is too full. We prioritize our time on the calendar first before anything else. Maybe it's time for you to make a similar change. In January, write down on your home and church calendars when you'll be off work. This way, things like volunteer appreciation dinners and missionary meetings won't be scheduled while you're away. Or if they are, people will know that you won't be attending. Pre-decide that these weeks are non-negotiable for you. You don't have to choose right then what you're going to be doing or where you're going while you're off. Just decide these dates are reserved for yourself and your family. This will also send a clear message to your spouse and kids that they're important and they come first. They get your undivided attention during these weeks, and everyone can look forward to it. How much time off should you take every year? Well, this varies from pastor to pastor, but should be given some deep thought. I think taking some time off quarterly is a good idea, so you can recharge regularly and always have something around the corner to look forward to. But some people like to take a large chunk all at once. Neither of these choices is right or wrong. The only wrong one, in my opinion, is not taking any time off at all. If you're like my family, though, I sometimes come home feeling like I need a vacation from my vacation. I return physically tired, so I take a few extra days off on the back end to rest and recharge. You might want to divide up your annual time off between your whole family or only your spouse. Maybe you want some time alone in solitude. Whatever the best ways for you to divide it up should be intentional and with much thought. I have heard many people say, successful people do consistently what most people do occasionally. We noticed when we made the change from taking regular time off occasionally to doing it consistently, it played huge dividends in our lives. Now we work while avoiding burnout and prioritize our family, and you can too. When I'm talking with pastors and the topic of vacations comes up, Most agree they don't take enough time off and often work during it. Whether you take vacation consistently or occasionally, you're sending a clear message to your family, your church leaders, and yourself about your priorities. Are you sending them the message that you're intending to? So make it a priority to put vacations on your calendar before it gets all filled up. Decide your family and rest are important enough for you to do something about it. Jesus found the time to get away, and you should also. May you pastor from wholeness. Thanks for tuning into Pastoring from Wholeness. Please leave a review about this show and share this podcast with other pastors. Learn more about how I help pastors address burnout at pastoringfromwholeness.com.